Who cares what men want, right? Why should we even bother trying to understand them? Why can't they just communicate better and say what's on their minds? If those thoughts are running through your head right now, I totally get it. But let me be honest with you, beautiful. This video isn't for everyone. If you truly don't care about understanding male behavior or building a stronger, healthier connection with the right man, then go ahead and click away. But if you're here because you want to decode the silent desires of men and use that knowledge to your advantage, whether to attract the right partner or strengthen your existing relationship, then keep watching. Because, let's be real, men aren't always the best at expressing what they want from a woman. Not because they don't have feelings, but because they've been conditioned to suppress them. I recently spoke with a woman who was completely frustrated because the man she was seeing had become distant. She couldn't figure out what was wrong. She even turned to AI, literally asking ChatGPT what was going on in his head. We laughed about it later, but deep down I couldn't help but think about how lonely it feels when you're trying to understand someone, but they won't open up. And that's exactly why I made this video. Because I don't want you to be stuck in the dark, feeling confused and second-guessing everything. So today, I'm sharing 5 things men secretly crave from women, but will almost never tell you outright. Let's dive in. 1. He has erotic fantasies, but he's afraid to share them with you. Let's start with the most taboo topic, desire. Men have deep, intricate fantasies, but many of them feel ashamed of those desires. Society has conditioned men to believe that wanting certain things makes them wrong or dirty, so instead of sharing them, they keep them hidden. And here's where problems start. If a man feels like he can't express his fantasies to you, he'll either suppress them, which leads to frustration, or seek fulfillment elsewhere, which can lead to secrecy or even betrayal. I once worked with a woman who was heartbroken because she discovered her boyfriend was watching explicit videos every night. She saw it as a betrayal, and the tension in their relationship grew. But when I spoke to her, I encouraged her to approach the situation with curiosity, not judgment. Instead of immediately shutting him down, I asked her to consider, what exactly was he watching? What need was he trying to fulfill? Was there a way for them to explore his desires together, in a way that made her feel safe and comfortable? She wasn't willing to watch the videos with him, which is totally understandable, but she compromised. She agreed to listen to the audio instead, without watching. And guess what? That tiny shift made a huge difference. Why? Because he no longer felt ashamed of his desires. He felt accepted. Now, this doesn't mean you should do something you're uncomfortable with, but it does mean that a man will crave a woman who makes him feel safe enough to share his inner world without fear of rejection. 2. He wants you to be direct, even when the truth hurts. If there's one thing that men secretly want from women, it's honesty. You might think that sparing his feelings is the kind thing to do, but in reality, most men appreciate directness. I had a friend who was losing his hair. His girlfriend always reassured him, saying, "Oh no, babe, you're fine. You're not losing much." But he wasn't convinced, so he came to me and asked, "Ismail, do you think I'm going bald?" I looked at him and said, "Yeah, man, you are. It's all good. Just look into treatments before it gets worse." And guess what? He appreciated my honesty, even though it wasn't what he wanted to hear. This is why some men say they like mean women, not because they want to be mistreated, but because they respect women who are brutally honest, but still kind. Being direct doesn't mean being rude. It means telling him the truth with care. And when you do that, he will trust you more than anyone else. 3. He wants to pursue you but not chase you. You've probably heard me say this before. Never make a man chase you, but always let him pursue you. So what's the difference? Pursuit is steady, consistent effort. It's when a man genuinely wants to win you over and shows up for you in a meaningful way. Chasing is desperate, impulsive behavior driven by insecurity and the fear of losing you. Men love the feeling of conquering something worth having, whether it's a career goal, a fitness challenge, or a relationship. But if you make it too easy, or worse, if you're always the one doing the chasing, he'll lose interest fast. If you're the one always initiating dates, texting first and making all the plans, you're robbing him of the chance to step up and pursue you. Instead, let him take the lead. Not because you're playing games, but because he needs to feel like he's earning your affection. 4. He wants to be vulnerable, but he's afraid you'll judge him. One of the hardest things for a man to admit is that he craves a safe space to be vulnerable with you. The sad truth? Most men have been taught to bottle up their emotions. If a man opens up about his struggles, whether it's stress, sadness, or financial problems, he fears that you'll lose respect for him. Just look at social media. So many so-called alpha male influencers tell men never to show weakness around women, and unfortunately, many men believe it. So what happens? Instead of talking about what's really bothering him, he starts pulling away. He becomes distant, moody, or irritated over things that don't make sense. The key? Let him know that he can be honest with you without fear of being judged or belittled. 5. He wants to be complimented, but he'll never ask for it. Ladies, let's talk about something men secretly crave but rarely admit: compliments. Yes, just like us, they love hearing something that boosts their confidence and makes them feel special. But unlike us, they don't hear them nearly as often. Think about it. When was the last time a man in your life, whether it's your partner, a friend, or even your brother, received a genuine, heartfelt compliment? For women, compliments are more common. We tell each other, "You look amazing in that dress," or "Your hair is gorgeous today." But men, they often go years without hearing a truly meaningful compliment. And when they do, oh, trust me, they never forget. I still remember 2 compliments I received years ago. Someone once told me, "If we ever have kids, I hope they get your brain and your nose." That was such a unique and thoughtful thing to say. It wasn't just about my looks, but about something deeper, something that made me feel truly appreciated. Another person said, "Every time you walk into a room, I have to catch my breath." And let me tell you, that kind of compliment, it stays with you forever. Men are the same way. A simple "you're handsome" is nice, but it won't leave a lasting impression. Instead, say something specific, something that makes him feel like he's one of a kind. Maybe it's the way he makes you laugh when you're having a bad day, the way his eyes light up when he talks about his passions, or even how he always remembers the little details about you. Final thoughts. To recap, men secretly crave a safe space to share their fantasies, a woman who is direct and honest, the thrill of pursuing, not chasing, love, a space where they can be vulnerable without judgment, genuine, thoughtful compliments that make them feel valued. Let me know in the comments which of these surprised you the most. I try to answer as many as I can. And remember, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.